Right, so I did a little video sequence earlier that did a looking at sort of Rhino solids and polysurfaces and tagging them. And I did it with just straight extrusions, but I was wondering what would happen if you had like a subtraction out of the middle of one. So you can see like this guy is subtracted. Let me go ahead and get rid of these guys, but you can see that that's subtracted out of the middle of that. So if you do something like that, you do have to do a little bit of addition to the definition. And what it does, because basically what happens is if I pull out a panel, instead of straight areas or polylines, you're going to get a double polyline in this one, right? Because it's going to give you the outside one and the inside one. So if you try to match this data with the other data, you're basically going to get too many. It's going to give you 7 things, whereas you only have 6 solids, right? Technically, but when the section pulls it pulls out that double curvature. And what you really need to do is subtract this area, this curve here from this one. So if we did a quick area here, right, and just pulled these curves into there and looked at the areas, you're getting the whole outside of this one and then that inside one. So you need to subtract those two. So I set up a little thing to do this. If you have bunches and bunches of them, then it's going to get more complex. Like this one, I don't have a million of them, but and there's only one inside the other. If there were multiples, then you would have to have more list items and maybe do some more complex operations. But this fixes this one. So if you have a simple situation like this, what you can do is you just take these curves and make them into patches. So you get trimmed surfaces for those patches, right? And then you list the item, right? 0 and 1. So here's item 1 and here is item 0. And if we look back at the area, we want to subtract item 1 from item 0, right? So if we go in and do that and take a look at the areas, then you'll see it's subtracting that larger one from the smaller one and everything works out. So, and then you can push your areas through the round and the ceiling and all that kind of stuff that we talked about before. Okay.